We live in a world of consumerism. Everywhere we turn, there are traps by all of these brands and companies to have us spend more money, buy things we really don't need, take out loans to afford those silly things. Nothing but traps, traps, and traps. And all of these things are designed to keep you in a vicious debt cycle. But don't worry, I am here to help you guys break free and start making smart money moves and avoid some of these ridiculous, unnecessary purchases and waste of your hard-earned money. So let's try to find ways how we can avoid some of these common money traps. What's up, guys? This is your boy Kenny Finance. Welcome to the channel. Thank you guys for checking this video out. I am here to help you guys make the smartest moves and avoid the dumbest traps. And look, I am a private equity investor. I think about money on Wall Street all day, every day. But look, I'm only human and I still fall subject to some of these ridiculous traps. And if you don't believe me, check out the screenshot of this ridiculous queen size Casper mattress. I love it. It feels really good, but I'm still paying it off today because of this buy now, pay later mess that I signed up for 4 years ago. So even Wall Street pros still fall subject to some of these dumb money traps. So this video is designed to help us right our wrongs and set ourselves financially free. And I'm going to unpack two things. One, I'm going to outline the 7 common traps and how to avoid them. But then 2, for my lucky subscribers, so hit that subscribe button, I have a challenge for you guys on how to get your money back on track after you avoid these traps. So let's dive right in. Number 1, easy money. And these easy money things include cash payday loans. It's 2024. I don't know why all these people aren't locked up by now. This is ridiculous. So everyone may say, oh, I can get my cash quicker. I can get my paycheck quicker. Boom, 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 boom. Payday loans or cash advances are ruining your financial health. And what are they? They are short-term loans to give you whatever the amount of your paycheck is a few days or a few weeks earlier. And what you have to do is once you get your paycheck, you have to pay it back to that person. And if you don't pay it back, you have to pay a ridiculous interest rate, like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% plus interest rate on these payday loans. And it's crazy because they target low-income people, people that aren't financially literate, and people that don't really care about the interest rates that they're paying because they're just growing and suffering in debt. Shame on you guys. And if you don't believe me, some of these payday loans, and this is stats, can have an interest rate of 390% plus. Not all of them, but some of them, from the really bad people, have 300+% interest rates just for getting your paycheck a few days earlier. And if you want to avoid this trap, this is what I highly recommend. I highly recommend you talk to whoever you owe your bill to, meaning like you need to take a payday loan to cover your rent or cover your phone bill or cover your light bill. Talk to your landlord, talk to the mortgage company, talk to the light company, whatever that may be, and say, hey, my paycheck comes in XYZ time. Can you give me a payment plan or XYZ time to pay it off so that I don't have to take out a payday loan and pay a 300% plus interest rate? This one's kind of not even on you. It's kind of just on these people that put all these ads out to get you to suffer from these payday loans. Ugh, I hate them. Next, fast money. These are things like sports betting, options trading, day trading, all that stuff. These are all the young Gen Z get rich quick kids. And I'll tell you right now, give it 50, 70 years, they're all gonna be wiped out. There is no short path to making money and building wealth. It just doesn't exist. If you wanna build wealth, invest for the long term, diversify, invest early, and don't touch it. Let it sit. Follow the best investors in the world. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett. What are they doing? Buying index funds, holding for the long term, and they let that thing sit. They're not betting on horses to pay their rent. They are not buying options trades and all these call put nonsense. They're not day trading. They're finding a good stock. They're finding a good index fund, investing for the long term. But I gotta call somebody out. My grandma. Now, my grandma has bestowed this ridiculous habit of gambling in me so that every time we hang out, we end up going to the casino. I told you I fall into these traps too. But she bestowed this sports betting and gambling habit, and I'm slowly breaking away from it. So I need to rewatch this video and watch number 2 over again every now and then and send this to my grandma. So she is someone that falls subject to these traps, but it's a form of entertainment. It's how we bond. It's life. I love her. And my rule to sort of right my wrongs with this one is whatever I take to gamble with my grandma, say it's $100, I 3x that and I put that in the stock market. So if I gamble $100, that means that same night, regardless if I win or lose, I take $300 and I put it into my Robinhood account and I invest into some index funds. So that means if I decide to go gamble and go to the casino with my grandma, which it's always a blast, I have to spend $400 minimum. So that's a good mechanism to sort of keep yourself accountable if you're going to be doing this fast money stuff. Number 3, keeping your money in your mattress, your checkings, or your low interest rate savings accounts. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. We don't live in a world anymore where you need to be fearing about the banks or putting your hard-earned money into something that doesn't grow. If it doesn't grow, you're hurting yourself because there's this little thing called inflation that increases the cost of goods. That's the reason why your eggs are more expensive, your milk's more expensive, because inflation has increased those prices. But you know what happens? If you keep your money in your mattress, you don't get to grow at the pace of inflation. So you're actually losing money. So how to right this wrong? You need to put your money, or your savings at least, into high yield savings accounts. Things that are going to give you a 4-5% plus interest rate on your savings, just for having it sit there. Don't do what a lot of people do, which is putting the money in a mattress, because it's not going to go anywhere. It's not growing anywhere. Make sure you give your dollar a job. And for me personally, I like to use Betterment or Marcus from Goldman Sachs for my high yield savings accounts. Very simple, very easy to sign up, and it's very easy to put money away into something that grows more than inflation. Now, number 4, not having an emergency savings fund. Now, an emergency savings fund. This is a fund, which ideally is going to be in your high yield savings account, which we just talked about. This is to store 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Life happens. A medical bill happens, a storm hits, a crazy bill happens, whatever that may be. Things come up to where you need to take cash that you don't have on hand and pay for something, like an injury or a repair on a car, whatever that may be. If you have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up in an account, you are not going to be financially worried about those one-off distressed events. But the thing is, if you don't have an emergency savings fund and a high yield savings account, odds are you are likely the type of person that is going to need to go to a easy money provider or a quick money provider like a cash advance or payday loan, because you don't have the savings already. So avoid being one of the victims of some of these cash advance and payday loan a-holes, and have savings of 3 to 6 months of your living expenses in an account that you can access at all times. In a high yield savings account that's growing at 4% plus, and make sure you have that put away and ready in the event of any rainy day. You like how I tied those all together? Those payday guys are gonna hate me, but I don't care. We make smart money moves here. So hit that subscribe button. All right, number 5, speculative investments. Now look, if you're a beginner investor, you have no business buying meme coins, investing in crazy day trading schemes, or buying like cryptocurrencies that you don't really know, or buying NFTs, anything that is speculative in nature, which means it's higher in risk. If you're a beginner, you do not need to be putting your hard-earned investable dollars into those things. I don't care what your brother, sister, cousin, friend, mentor, like YouTube guru, I don't give a crap, whatever they say. If you're new to investing, or if you are early in building your portfolio and your wealth, you do not need to be buying the speculative stuff because they have higher risk. The best advice I can give you is take your investable dollars, put those in index funds, do it regularly, never touch it, let it grow. You will become a millionaire. I'm not like selling you anything. This is just proven, tangible, real life stuff. So don't buy the speculative nonsense BS bullcrap, all right? Buy things that traditionally do really well in the markets, like index funds that track the S&P 500 on average generates 10% returns. It's not gonna get those speculative returns like 100%, 300%, X, Y, and Z. Do that stuff when you're filthy rich and you got a bunch of cash sitting there. Then try some of that stuff out. But if you're trying to build yourself a generational wealth pool and trying to build real long-term money, don't do the speculative nonsense. Avoid that trap. Now, number 6, credit cards disguised as freebies. Listen very closely, and this is for one of my particular subscribers, my cousin Kane. This is for you, my friend. Credit cards are not free money. What you spend on a credit card, you have to pay back. If you don't pay it back, you pay a high interest rate. Plain and simple. A credit card is a tool to extend the life of your dollars. It is not a tool to replace your dollars. I'm gonna say this again. Credit cards are not free money. And if you use a credit card wisely, you can improve your credit score to get you a better house, better job, better mortgage, all this other stuff, live a really good life. But if you don't use it, it is going to stab you in the back and haunt you financially month after month. So don't do that. What I want you to do is recognize that credit cards are simply a tool to help you make smarter decisions with leverage. But whatever you do with a credit card, whatever you spend your money on, make sure you pay it back in full on time or ahead of time on the statement date that it is owed. So make sure you guys use your credit cards as responsibly as you can. It's a great tool, but I don't want it stabbing you in the back financially and have you paying off this crazy high credit card bills for the rest of your life. All right, be smart about it. Whatever you spend, make sure you have the cash ready to pay off ASAP. Now, number 7. Now, this is the ridiculous one that I fell subject to when I graduated college and I moved to New York City. I needed a mattress, so I went on Casper and I heard that it was the best mattress out there. I couldn't afford it at the time, but somehow I had a cool ad that said, 0 money down, pay for this mattress for as long as you want and only pay like $100 a month. And I was like, I can't afford $1,000 mattress right now, but I can afford $100 a month. I'm like, yeah, I should do that. To this day, I'm in my late 20s. I am still paying off this mattress. Bruh. I think this weekend I'm probably just gonna pay it all off and get it out of my hair. But buy now, pay later is essentially exactly what it says. It allows you to buy typically consumer purchases like toys, electronics, mattresses, furniture. It allows for you to buy the product now, aka receive it now, but pay for it in cash later. It's essentially another loan. I didn't really know that. I was young, I was dumb, I didn't subscribe to the Kenny Finance community, but now I know now that it is another loan that if I don't pay it, it has another interest rate that grows and grows and it can haunt you to this day. I think the mega theme of this video is that if you take out any type of loan product and you don't pay it, you're gonna get stabbed in the back with the interest rates. And the way how these things are effing us over is that they're disguised in different cool techniques and ways and traps to help us think we can, get something quicker, easier, and better. But no, a loan is a loan. So make sure when you buy something like a buy now, pay later, you can afford to pay it off. Right now, I can afford to pay off that mattress today, but I can just sort of extend that cash flow. But I'm probably gonna pay it off this weekend. So make sure you all, if you're doing buy now, pay later, do it wisely to where you have the cash ready to pay it off whenever you need to and never miss a payment, aka enable auto payments. But if you don't have to, don't do it. Make smarter moves and save those dollars. Because all this stuff theoretically can help you, but the smallest misstep can screw you over financially for a very long time. So watch out for these steps. And then lastly, I had a challenge for folks that are trying to right their wrongs and make smarter financial moves, because odds are if you fell subject to some of these traps, you are probably trying to dig yourself out of a debt trap and you're trying to build back up your cash flow and your wealth. So here's my strategy and here's my challenge for you guys. So I have this budgeting rule that I think everyone should follow, and it's called the 50-30-20 budget. And it says 50% of your income should be spent towards your needs. Things that you need to spend on your day-to-day life to live. Your car, your house, medical bills, utilities, etc. 30% on your wants, things that are not really essential. Shopping, movies, Starbucks, etc. And then 20% on saving and investing. Now that seems like a great budgeting rule and it's helpful for those that are already on a financially good track. But for folks trying to get out of these traps, here's the idea, here's the challenge for you. I want you to do the 50-50 rule. I want us to wipe out completely all of our non-essential spending. So that 30%, I want us to ball it up and throw it out the window. And I want to have 50% of our income spent on our needs, and then 50% of our income spent on saving and investing. Now that's going to superpower your finances. And once we do that, I want you to try that for 1 whole month. And once you try that for 1 whole month, I want you to look at the balance that you have of the saving and investing. And I want you to use that to pay off all the debt that you owe that are related to those 7 traps that you may have fallen subject to. And if you do that for 1 month, you're on a solid track. You do that for 12 months, you're a superstar. You do that for 5 years, get here behind this camera and I want you to do my job for me. All right, you're a beast. So there we go, guys. That has it. Those are the 7 common traps that are trying to keep low and middle income people poor. And those are ways how you can avoid it. But then also that is the challenge I have for you guys to do the 50-50 budget of 50% of your income spent on your needs and 50% for saving and investing, and not spending a dime on anything that is non-essential for 1 whole month. And if you guys enjoyed this video, I want you to guys smash that like button. It means the world to the community, and leave me a comment of some of the traps that you have fallen subject to financially. But if you're still sitting in debt and trying to find ways to get yourself out of that, I made a dedicated video for you guys where I'll unpack all the ways to eliminate and crush your debt today. So make sure you guys check out that video next. As always, get your money right, start making smart money moves, and I appreciate you guys rocking with the channel. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.